So moving into some EVAP system diagnostics, we're going to keep this as simple as possible just for video purposes. It's kind of why I chose this truck. I'm going to go ahead and use our Shop Series simple EVAP tester. This has the integrated pump in it, so that way we can pump smoke. It does come with an accessory kit. We do have a service port that I'll zoom in on here for you, so that way we can hook this up. And obviously some of the stuff that we did in classroom, we were just using a jump box and jumper leads to control everything, but we will use the scan tool today so we can operate our solenoid. Let's begin by accessing our service port. So the service port here does have a Schrader valve in it. I've already pulled the Schrader valve out just to make things go a little bit quicker for us. So once we are on that port, we'll be able to hook our EVAP pump up. Let's get this hooked up to the battery quick. Now obviously it doesn't take much to operate this unit the way it's designed. We've got our hose to feed to our port, and we've got a couple simple electrical connectors right here and a hook to hang it with. So once we get hooked up to power and ground straight off the vehicle's battery, we don't want the pump, we just want the heat. We're going to turn on the heat right now so that way we can get smoke flowing. So we do have one more adapter that we can put on the end here that will allow us to hook better into our service port. Now what we need to do is kick the key on. That way we can communicate with the scan tool. Now I'm using the Autel Max Pro. You could use any scan tool for this that you want, as long as the scan tool has bi-directional control. So we're still in that 3-minute warm-up time for that pump. Everything should be working out just fine. We can get through this pretty quick. Let me bring you in so you can get a better view of the screen. So with the Autel, we want to go into diagnostics. Again, we've got a GM vehicle here. This is a 98 Chevy pickup truck. So we may need to go into manual selection for that. Light truck, Chevrolet. This is a K pickup truck, 4-wheel drive. I just passed it there. And this is a 5.7 R motor. Not bi-fuel, we want to go regular. So in here, 4-speed automatic. We are under 6,800 GVW. We do not have an air pump on this truck. And we are going to go into our diagnostics menu, control unit, because I want to go right into the powertrain and I want to go right into my active test. So within that active test, engine, and then I am going to look for EVAP vent solenoid, and we are going to turn the solenoid on. I'm going to shut it back off. Notice the tone change that you heard there. So now that we have that off, the solenoid is on, shall we say. We are going to turn this on to smoke. I will pop this off of here quick so that way you can see we are creating smoke, natural mineral oil, not a big deal. And we are going to smoke that system. So essentially what we should be able to do at this point is let this run for a little bit, pop off our fuel cap to see if we've got smoke coming out. That'll let us know that the whole system is filled with smoke and we can start looking for our leak. Hey, different truck, different day. Great time for me to shout out Autoline Pro for sending me this unit here. Same one you just seen in the video a second ago. I lost the rest of the footage from that. I'm at my personal shop right now, outside on a beautiful day, and I'm going to continue on this truck here. I would like to thank Autoline Pro, however, for sending me this unit and sending the 2 units that I have at the university to use with my students. They've been a great help. If you're looking for a smoke machine to do any EVAP testing, vacuum system testing, if you see in the PCV video, right? Anything that you want to test using smoke to find a leak, I will share a link down below so that way you can snag one up at a discounted rate. Notice the pressure in there. Notice the smoke. So here we have our EVAP canister. We have our vent solenoid mounted right here, which is kind of the neat thing about these trucks is they've got it all located rather easily to get to. We do have our line coming from our tank right here. So the purge solenoid does sit down here. You can just see that red and blue connector, and that would vent us into the intake. Now if I pop off our solenoid, notice we've got smoke flowing there. If I suspected a issue with that solenoid leaking, I could unbolt the solenoid, check it from the other side, or I'm going to show you another method that's much faster. So what I've done now is gotten the smoke machine out of the way with that purge line disconnected that we just seen the smoke coming out of. I've run my EVAP vacuum pump to that, and I'm going to pump this pump up and see what we draw for vacuum. Let me bring you in. We're able to build about 20 inches of vacuum. Drops off there a little bit. I think it's due to some of my connections that I have here. I'm going to pull the trigger and we'll lose that vacuum. Now, as we can see, we don't have any problems with our evaporative purge solenoid. So if I suspected I had a problem with the solenoid, I would take it off and do some further testing. We held our vacuum, so we are good. One of the important things to remember is that that solenoid is normally off. So when the vehicle is idling, when the truck's sitting here with the key on, that solenoid should be closed. If you went to pull vacuum on that and you couldn't hold vacuum, you have a stuck solenoid. So if you want a full review of the Shop Series smoke tester, stay tuned. That will be coming soon. I appreciate you sticking around and watching this video. I hope you learned something new. Have a great day.